Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 13 of Dual Destinies. Last time, Simon was trying to tie in the fact that Rex QB was the amazing Ninetales as a motive for murder, and now we're going to try to debunk it. So anyways, let's go.
I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona, just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement.
Very astute of your boldness. Right, now take a look at this! If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetales Vale with Tenma Town. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman QB's pocket.
What?
At present, the Alderman's wife is in the hospital. No doubt she was hit in the head with the same shovel that was used to kill that Mayor Tenma used to kill his wife, those two maids, that small child, that ferret, that yapping dog, that stray cat, and that fat guy, as well as a hobo who just so happened to be sleeping in the bushes. Wait, did the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the Alderman's murder?
You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder? And planted it into the alderman's pocket?
It's possible, but we don't have any proof that that's what happened.
Talk about being up a creek without a paddle!
Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he had just left after planting the yokai things. But he was knocked out cold by his sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales.
So it was the amazing Ninetales counterattack that brought the entire crime to light. Wait a sec! Fulbright's claiming that the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence, and that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that. Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony.
Hold it!
So let me get this straight. You believe the mayor planted the yokai evidence before the murder, not after?
Absolutely, and then he was knocked out cold by the alderman's last punch. He wouldn't have had a chance to plant the evidence after that.
Something's not right here. Hard to believe that a stiff, humorless man like the mayor could be behind such a stunt.
We have to do something, Apollo, before they pin it on the mayor.
Then we're going to need to prove that Mayor Tenma didn't plant that yokai stuff.
How are we supposed to do that? By presenting the crime scene photo. Okay. Okay, crime scene diagram, where's the folder? The photo, not the folder. Yeah, we're going to present an entire ass folder of photos.
Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair.
Do you want to fight me? What's this? You dare question my justice again?
Yes, I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. This is the crime scene photo. And just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted.
But I already told you, they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim.
But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene.
Take that!
There's clearly something wrong! Right around there! That guy's hurt! The only thing clear to me is that the defense is barking up the wrong tree.
Really up a tree now, are we?
Yes, and a step penalty should help you learn the correct concentrations don't grow on them. I wonder if bandages do. There's clearly something wrong with the assertion that the feathers and tracks were there before the murder.
Okay, basically. Yeah, this is one of those brain fart moments, you know? Okay.
Take that!
Are you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yeah, see how the feathers are on top of the blood and the tracks were made in the blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder.
The mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman.
But you said yourself, the mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene. Ah! There must be some mistake! Order! Order!
Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? Ha 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 ha!
Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you. You do? But how? Was my vaunted sense of justice really just half-baked?
He's taking this really hard. Look at how he's twiddling his fingers.
Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have? I have it right here, Your Honor! A picture of a girl! It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. She is in no way biased towards him whatsoever. The witness Jixie Tenma saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks. Will somebody please say something? The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court and justice itself? You are unfit to bear your name, boy! I renounce your justice! Your boldness, it appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion.
Hold it!
Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court!
What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please, hear me out. No! Very well, Mr. Justice, I'm all ears, but you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you were talking about? It's on the statement here. Jixie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro after she discovered the crime scene and called the police. She came around a corner of the hall, and it was around here that she saw Tenma Taro fleeing towards the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating the monster is the only one who could have left those feathers tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise. What? How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before? The defense just proved there's someone else.
So the mayor's the killer?
Was also up. The prosecutor is a convicted felon after all.
Apollo, the momentum shifted in our favor, and they're calling Simon a monster.
Good, now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken.
My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you lying there's a problem with my claim?
Consider this, if that yokai impersonator had indeed fled towards the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him.
Objection! Prosecutor Gavin was not at the crime scene! I would have known if he was here! I have a sixth sense for when he's talking crap about me! Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle? Now you mention it. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm so used to the only fop being referred to being Gavin.
Both Phineas Filch and Florent LaBelle were in the foyer at the time, but they hadn't stated that they saw a yokai, haven't they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination?
Ugh! Why didn't those who see Tenma Taro and the Tenma Taro impersonator pass by?
Why don't we ask them ourselves?
I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB matter, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something. I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackwolf. I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby, bumming on our couch.
I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up as a witness. Do him with him as you will.
Did you just say captured? No, wait, I don't want to know.
Yeah, Simon just roaming around Ninetales with a big net.
Very well then, bailiff, please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand. Will the witness state his name and occupation, please?
The name's Filch. Phineas Filch, caretaker of Cuban Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch. Ah, it's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again.
They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts.
Aw, ethics schmethics. Just take them if you want them. Polish them up real nice for you, too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Temataro and the boy after the murder.
Now I'm just imagining the judge, basically. If the judge did take those shoes as a gift, and then him getting into a fight with Fulbright.
Give me back my shoes! No, they were given to me as a gift!
Guard in the foyer. At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. Cuby asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guests. I was in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. No, sirree! That yoga you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams.
So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Temataro?
Yep, was gone the whole time. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing better than the truth. And Temataro, bah, you don't really believe in any of that, in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do you? I certainly don't.
My bracelet! It's...
Something the matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think Mr. Filch has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit. What in the... What is a hawk doing here?
Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse, made it his new home, in fact. But yeah, the funny thing about Taka is basically Simon just named his hawk. Just the Japanese word for hawk. Basically, Simon's hawk is essentially named Hawk. Just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, we're basically Taka means hawk. So basically just Simon meets my hawk. You know, this reminds me of this one joke from this one show, Forget About It, where basically the main character, Jimmy, he's taking basically this witness protection officer that basically is with him, McCool. He's taking him to court over a lawsuit for basically his horse impregnating a horse that basically Jimmy bought earlier in the episode. And the judge is basically like, okay, so we have the trial of basically Cookie's effing wardrobe versus horse. Wait, what's the horse's real name? The horse's name is Horse. And then the judge just gets angry. No wonder that horse is banging random horses. You can't even give it the decency of a real name. You just named it Horse. Horse is perfectly utilitarian. Taka is utilitarian. And Simon just loses this case purely because no. I can just imagine this was one big reason that contributed to Simon's arrest. Simon basically goes to court. No wonder you're going out killing people. You basically named your hawk. Can't you give it the decency of an actual name? Hawk is a perfectly utilitarian name.
You're going to jail forever, Mr. Blackwell. He doesn't live with you, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird?
Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear buzzard. Thanks a lot, Justice Dono. Your gay-ass bracelet pissed off my bird.
This is some tricker. Ah! I won't be able to spot squat. I won't be able to spot squat like that.
What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills!
There are no pets or other animals allowed in the court room. Ah, somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when he's truly famished.
In that case, Ross your Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think.
Yeah, meanwhile, Lil does... Yeah, basically, as you can guess, Apollo's bracelet is not going to be a mainstay in cases in this game, like Apollo Justice. Basically, in this game, it's like, okay, we have Athena, we have the shiny new toy with the Moon Matrix, so we're using that in the courtroom. Meanwhile, Apollo's bracelet's pretty much just... It's relegated to the same role as Phoenix's Magatama in Apollo Justice, where basically, it's a side thing during investigations.
If there was someone dressed as Tenmataro there, Filch should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now. Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Yeah, then also maybe the developers just didn't want to put in another case of Spark Brussels armpit sweat. Guard in the voyeur.
Hold it!
Mr. Filch, why did Alderman QB have you handle guard duty?
Cause he trusts me! I am the mayor's caretaker after all.
So you took said guard duty seriously?
Let me tell you something about me. Yipes! Listen here, you little tanuki. Get straight to the point and be quick about it. The court wishes to hear what you did or didn't see in the foyer, and naught else. Yes, of course, sir! Right away, sir!
Blackwell's got him completely under his thumb.
Like I said, I was guarding the foyer's entrance that day.
Hold it!
So no one could get to him. Sounds like security was pretty tight.
That's cause there's always lots of sneaking thieves around festival time. And the solution was to entrust the man.
And the solution was to trust the mayor's security to a thief? That's not even funny.
Maybe it's a matter of stopping thieves by hiring. After all, it takes one to know one.
I don't know, it seems more like letting the fox guard the henhouse to me. So the witness testifies that he took his guard duty seriously.
Yes, sir. Your honorship, sir.
Hold it!
Did you really keep an eye on the foyer the entire time?
Poor old Filchy. Been working hard my whole life. Only to be smeared by some greenhorn in his fancy fancy suicide haircuts. Sorry, Mr. Blackwell, sir. Didn't mean to get off subject there.
Sheesh, Blackwell didn't even say anything.
To answer your question, yes, I got the nod. No, both of them in fact, on the foyer.
Hold it!
Could you describe to the court who you would consider fishy looking?
Someone all fidgety and shifty like, you know, like they're about to steal something.
He just described himself.
I wonder why Mr. Filch didn't see Tenmataro.
Maybe Jinxie only thinks she saw Tenmataro, or
Maybe Mr. Filch is lying.
and if he's lying, we might be able to spot a contradiction in his testimony.
And that contradiction is right here.
Objection!
Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fellow like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
Ack! I didn't watch that one, no sirree. I was doing my job like I was supposed to?
This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster."
Ah!
Rank amateurs! So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your rooted poo lawyer talk. I want them professional times too. I can do double duty, watch TV and the boy at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief. Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off? That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the player at the same time, but that's nothing but a bald-faced lie. Bald, you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV and the player simultaneously. Now what proves it?
Okay. Okay, pocket. Drunken slumber, jinxie statement.
Take that!
This piece of evidence here clearly exposes Mr. Filch's lie. How does that prove anything? Oh, whoops, way off that one. Sorry, don't know what I was thinking. Yes, well, I have moments like that myself. Phew, looks like you'll let this one slide. But random guesses and speculation must be punished. Yarr!
Apollo, you should think about how Mr. Filch was when he was watching TV.
Please let me try that one again. The defense will look before they leap this time. So, what do you have for us this time, Mr. Justice?
Okay.
Take that!
Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch's eyes where his right ear should be, I think it'd be impossible for him to watch the player entrance and the TV at the same time. Why, yes, somebody watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance. Exactly, and that means, Mr. Filch, you are slacking off and we're not watching the Warriors you claim.
Yipes! The bag's out of the can! Or, I mean, the other way around!
Order! 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 But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to the case? It's very relevant because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tamataro and burst there in the foyer.
Objection!
What no?
Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered.
What are you talking about?
This, Taka.
I'm not a mind reader.
Ah! Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work, right, Tanuki? They were! Yes! Yes, they were!
But you already admit slacking off. Now you say you weren't?
My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I would've heard anyone in the floor. You see, the water floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yeah, my ears were working full time, so who's the liar now, you no good shyster?
A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
Actually, no, Apollo. The low point of your fledgling career was when you were defending Walkie, and the first line to come out of his mouth during his testimony was calling Matrakas a quacker. Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackwell, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And then bags on your eyes. They're darker than mine. Yeah, the little does Filch know that those bags under Simon's eyes are the result of undried tears. I'm not kidding you. That is what the art book says, basically, is the source of Simon's bags under his eyes, basically. That he cried himself to sleep every night, and basically he just never wiped the tears away. Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu. Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir!
The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under the penalty of painful bird attacks. And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
Years working overtime. It's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there were no Temataro in the foyer. Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple rational explanation is best. Forget yokai demons and such. We must use common sense. For lacking that, our entire world would be upside down.
Says the convict prosecutor who is totally aside of the end times for the legal world.
And besides, if there ain't yokai roaming about, I'd nab him and sell him to the zoo. And I can't but imagine Filch just mistaking Apollo for a yokai, and then basically trapping him in a giant net and then just selling him off.
No, I'm not going to the zoo! Mr. Wright, they put me in a pen! You gotta get me out! I'm not an animal!
I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things.
That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns.
But if we can prove she saw Temataro, the mayor sure won't. The mayor sure to be convicted. Convinced. Wait, can I just see what I said? The mayor sure to be convicted. Okay.
Then we'd better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs.
Yeah, give Apollo the truth bullets from the Danganronpa series.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Years working overtime. It's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. Okay, already read that.
Hold it!
You are paid for your work, aren't you? So how do you justify watching TV on the job?
But it ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when we have visitors and there's no way to record stuff.
Sorry, am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems? You wanna know what problems are? Mr. Wright doesn't pay me enough to eat. I have to take a second job as old Max pool boy.
If those are his only problems, he should consider himself lucky.
I guess pro wrestling's serious business to Mr. Filch.
Hold it!
You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you?
Oh, on that. Ain't no harm in bending the truth wheel, right? Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again, and Taka shall feast upon that full tongue of yours. Yipes! Sorry, just let me keep my tongue.
At least leave it until we get the truth out of him in any case.
You were negligent in your duties, were you not? Your honor is gone. You have no honor. Yes, sir, I was, sir, but it ain't like that.
Hold it!
So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch.
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creepy floor. Plus, that Demetaro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How's he do that?
Isn't that? It's as if he is. It's what jingle jangles. What's he talking about, Paulo?
Beats me, but I guess Demetaro is a staff that makes noise.
Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Temataro holding a staff-like object that made a jingly sound.
I guess that's the source of the noise then. Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Temataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information?
Very important.
Extremely vital. I request it be added to his testimony.
Hold it!
So Temataro's staff makes a distinct sound.
Yep, like a jingle and a jangle. Wait, Jinxie said something like that. Something about Demetaro making a jangly sound.
I think we're missing something here, but I can't quite put a finger on it. Perhaps I should take a look at the court record again.
Hold it!
Please tell the court, what did Jinxie see if it was not Tenmataro?
She's always going on about seeing this, you'll got that. Just an act of imagination, I reckon. She won't even come near me because she thinks I'm some sort of tanuki monster. Can't say I blame her.
So, Mr. Filch, you chalk it up to being a child's active imagination.
Yep, no Damataro or anyone else got in or out could be matter on my watch. Apollo, what could this mean? Do you think Jinxie was just seeing things?
Well, if that's the case, the details she provided were very impressive. But if we're to continue believing Jinxie's statements...
We'll have to uncover Filch's lie.
Right, or find out why he can't tell the truth.
And we gotta present scroll.
Objection!
Tenmataro stuff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm gonna say that your story doesn't add up. Is there something the defense would like to share with the court?
Well, we'll share that in the next episode, because I think now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.